Hello, we are going to make homemade bread. This is my husband's family's recipe, and it makes 3 loaves because 1 loaf just not enough in the house. It's pretty much gone the first day when everybody wants to have honey on it when it comes out of the oven. So I started off with 3 cups of lukewarm water and 2 tablespoons of yeast. And then you add 1/4 cup of sugar and a tablespoon of salt. And 1/4 cup of oil. And then you add 6 to 7 cups of flour. I start with 6.5 cups and see how it goes to see if I need to add more. And you'll know you need to add more because of how sticky it is. If it sticks to your hands, then you need to add a little bit more. So there's my 6.5 cups. And at first it looks like it's going to be too runny, but as it incorporates it in there, you can tell it's not. And this is real-time video. I didn't want to cut anything out because I've had people asking me, seriously, how long do you have to knead the bread and things like that. So this gives you an idea for exactly how long I have my hands in the bread working. Okay. So that's pretty good already on that amount. You can see it still has some stickiness to it. So I'm going to add about 1/2 cup of flour. If I can get to the flour, I'm too short. So you just sprinkle over and kind of turn it to get it in there. And I can already tell that is almost enough because it's not as sticky. And it's starting to form. So I'm going to go with probably about 1/4 cup now. And then what you're going to do is you're going to put this in a bowl that is oiled or sprayed and cover it with a bread towel. And let it rise for about an hour or until it doubles in size. And I usually put it in my oven with my light on to rise. Sometimes I preheat my oven just enough to have it warm, but be careful because sometimes I forget and cook the bottom of my dough a little bit before I realize I forgot to turn the oven off. I did that yesterday. Alright, so I'm going to put it in my bowl and let it rest in the oven to rise. And come back in about an hour and a half and check it since it's kind of cool in the house today. And this is what it looks like in the bowl. Alright, we'll see you in a little bit. Okay, this is what it looks like when it comes out, which it's fell some because I was moving it around. But you dump it onto a floured surface and get what's in the bottom out. And I'm using gloves because I'm gifting this and I'm being sanitary. So you sprinkle it on there and you just knead it for a little bit. You just want to make sure it ain't sticky. Should have probably covered my gloves because it doesn't want to stick to them. This is one of my favorite breads that I've made because I don't have to use my bread machine to knead it. And I also don't have to knead it for 10 or 12 minutes. I have done bread before that I had to knead for 15 minutes. And by the time I was done with it, I didn't even want to eat it. So you can see it's not sticky and it's forming a really soft ball. Just want to punch it down just a little bit, and that's where I call it good. And you section it into 3 pieces since you're making 3 loaves. And after you do that, you form them into your dough ball for your loaf pan. And I put them in a greased loaf pan to rise for about 45 minutes to an hour or until it doubles in size. And once again, I'm doing that in my oven so that it'll be a warm, controlled atmosphere because it's kind of cool in the house today. And I usually have flour everywhere when I make bread. Floor, bar, me. Okay, so here's my 3 in the pans. And we'll see you guys in a little bit. This is how it looks after rising for about an hour. I messed up whenever I pulled my towel off and kind of made it fall some. But it still tastes the same.